Hi, this is Roseanne. I'm a full-time housewife. I'll be playing Abigail's Galen. You can beat this boy.
Way! We'll play Can't Beat next.
Shit.
Right, quick look into traffic on the M1 North. There's slow traffic between Kilani and the Bethune Interchange.
It's so far.
M1 North. There's also slow moving traffic between Sunny Hill and the Olifantsfontein Oprem. Still on the M1 North, there are delays
That
between
prison.
Sunny Hill and Olifantsfontein Road in Midrand. And then on the outside
Sitting
of M1 North, the slow traffic towards the R5
on the twig of on the branch.
On the N3 South, there's bumper-to-bumper traffic between Marlborough Drive and Van Buren Road. And then in Bedford View on the R24 West, there's slow traffic between the Edenvale Road off-ramp and, of course, the Galeries interchange. Looking at Pretoria in Doornpoort on the N4 East, there are roadworks before the Doornpoort Toll Plaza. Traffic is backed up to Ondestapoort. Remember to report any traffic problems to 31702 via SMS, or you can tweet us on EWN Traffic.
The only thing better than discovering new music is jamming to the hits you all.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out.
They are an independent body that carries out investigations against the police in an objective and impartial manner.
Wow. How do I contact them?
IPID has offices across the country, and you can dial their toll-free number on 0800 111 969 or email them at complaints@ipid.gov.za.
Trevor loves throwing away money. Instead of using Wheelie to sell his car for the best price, Trevor traded it in because it seemed convenient. Trevor also let his in-laws move in because it seemed convenient. He now sleeps in the garage. There's space there because the car is gone. Don't be like Trevor. Rather, sell your car with Wheelie and get the best cash price. Go to wheelie.co.za. It's simple, fast, and safe. Don't just sell your car, Wheelie it.
Medical malpractice is a highly complex area.
Were deeply suspicious of the Amazon rainforest and the foothills that descended down into it. They called this region Rupa Rupa, meaning hot hot, which gives you a sense of how they felt about it. The hills that looked out over the forests are known as the eyebrow of the jungle, jutting out as they do over the cloud forest below. The Inca tended to keep well clear of the rainforest's dark, shady depths. They traded with its people for brightly coloured macaw feathers, and on a number of occasions seem to have attempted to spread their empire down into the forest with military power. But what little information we have about these expeditions tells us that they invariably met with disaster. But the Inca were fascinated by this place, by the exotic animals and plants that flourished in the Amazon basin. The jaguars, snakes, and tropical birds of the jungle appear constantly in Inca art, high up in their mountains. The Inca economy is one of the most fascinating aspects of their society. To the extent that we can fit its structure into modern definitions, many have described it as an early example of state socialism, or even communism. As far as we can tell, the idea of private property didn't exist in Inca society, and they progressed on the basis of shared ownership of assets, resources, and the means of production. When an Inca couple got married, they were given a house and a plot of land by the state, which they would use to produce enough food to support themselves. The state provided them with seeds and tools, and whenever the couple had a child, they were given another bit of land to help feed it. Each family was also provided with 2 llamas, which were good for transportation and wool, and also produced manure for their fields. In return, the family would give over all the food they didn't eat into the common storehouse. And instead of taxes, they contributed directly with labour, agreeing to perform a service known as miftar whenever called upon. This would involve labouring on a construction project for part of the year, or working in a particular workshop, making cloth or pottery, say. If they were a fast runner, their service might be to work as a message carrier on the roads, or if they were strong and able-bodied, to fight in the army. While performing this work, all food and accommodation was provided by the state. Inca nobles were exempt from this labour tax, and also any officials who were responsible for more than 100 people. Other than food and water, cloth was perhaps the most important resource in the Andes. It was crucial for clothing, of course, but was also needed for making containers to store and transport food. The bulk of this textile manufacture was done by women, who were provided with all the raw materials involved in spinning, dyeing, weaving and plaiting to produce thread, cloth and rope. Andean society required millions of meters of thread, and the women of this region would have gone about the streets with their drop spindles, devices that allowed them to spin while walking around and taking care of their other duties. The hierarchy of this society was rigidly enforced, and peasants had little independence or power. The authorities even conducted inspections of people's homes to ensure that commoners did not own any gold or silver, have any valuable clothing, or keep more than 10 animals. This entire system of organised labour was centrally planned from Cusco, and, quite remarkably, operated without a single word ever being written down. All the information on how many taxpayers there were, the number of men available for military service, the quantities of cloth and food produced and required, the numbers of children and elderly people, all of this was recorded on the quipus, those systems of knots that could only be interpreted by a learned quipu camaya. With its sprawling territory, its well-oiled, centrally coordinated economy, and its state-of-the-art road network, the Inca Empire was now at the height of its power and confidence. But events were already brewing in the wider world that would soon bring them into contact with powers far outside their past experience, and which would ultimately lead to the wholesale collapse and disintegration of their entire society. If we were to soar over the city of Cusco in the year 1500, we would see it in the throes of an impressive and sombre procession. The Inca king at the time, a man named Huayna Capac, was returning to the city at the head of a massive army, after conquering a fierce people known as the Chachapoyas in the cloud forests to the north. The chronicler Cieza de Leon recalls what a royal procession of this period looked like.
Round the litter marched the king's guard with the archers and halberdiers, and in front went 5,000 slingers, while in the rear there were lancers with their captains. On the flanks of the road, and on the road itself, there were faithful runners who kept a lookout and announced the approach of the Lord. So many people came out to see him pass that the hillsides were covered, and they all blessed their sovereign, raising a great cry and shouting.
But the army was not in a mood of celebration. In fact, all the soldiers, even the king himself, were weeping. Their faces were painted black. That's because the emperor's mother, the Empress Mama Oclo, had recently died, and his war in the jungle hills had been waged partly in order to gain the tributes needed to stage her funeral. Coca leaves, ceremonial foods, and captives who were destined to become the servants of his mother's mummified body. In preparation for the festival, the entire ceremonial court was purified with ceremonies and sacrifices. This melancholy ceremony passed through the gate of Cusco and up the road to the Coricancha, the golden temple where the mummy of the Queen Mother would be placed. The drums and conches and other instruments would have sounded a mournful tune as the king approached his palace, and the lands of the Inca all joined together in mourning. Although the Inca had no way of knowing it, on the other side of the ocean, some 10,000 kilometers to the east, preparations for another very different procession were taking place, in a city known as Rome. For the Christians of Europe, the new year was drawing close, and the year 1500 AD would be a milestone date, a millennia and a half after the date given to the birth of Jesus Christ. In the
to today's video, everybody. We are in Australia. I am back home. We're actually in Melbourne, though, not Queensland. I wish I was in Queensland because it's a little warmer here. This is my friend Jason. Some of you guys in Australia might know him. He runs a thing called Keep It Reet. My bad. I'm joking. I know what it is. Keep It Reet runs actually some of the coolest car giveaways here in Australia, and we'll look at some of those in a little bit. But one of my favorite cars of Jason is this wagon. Oof. My wagon. Flower wagon. Anyways, I got ahead of myself, but we're going to be drifting at his Friday night event tomorrow night, so you guys will get to see a really cool video of that, and I'm shredding this really cool pink 32, which we'll get inside and show you in a little bit, but I just want to introduce you to the perfect condition. It's in perfect condition, yeah, grade 4.5 at USS Tokyo. No damage whatsoever, never had a door mark on it, yeah, never thrashed, yeah. One owner, yeah. Grandma had it. 100%. That's going to be a good time. But yeah, I just wanted to do a massive shout out to Jason and his channel. I'm going to put his link in the description, guys, because we would not be here if it wasn't for him. But let's go look at some cool cars. Are you sure now? Are you sure you want to let me... Mint condition? As you can see, straight away. I like this. Neo 25. Got a Freddy. We got a carrot. No. Man, this looks great. This is totally great for her. You got the helmet to match for you. Yeah, that's from Japan. Actually? Like, did you buy this like outright or something? Oh, yeah. Luckily this video goes out after we're driven. That's cool. Dude, I love this. It's literally sick. So why did they keep it Reet? Please explain that.
So, following up was actually a joke with Wes.
As all good things generally are.
Yeah, it was all a joke, and I actually started my first track day because my friend was building a car. I was like, we need to get you on track. We was a bit nervous doing normal days. So, I just started an event, and I was like, oh, we know it. Everyone was talking about like keep it straight and whatever, so we just did a flip. Really like a little work between mates. And
actually? Like, did you buy this like outright or something? Oh, yeah. Luckily this video goes out after we're driven. That's cool. Dude, I love this. It's literally sick. So why did they keep it Reet? Please explain that.
So, following up was actually a joke with Wes.
As all good things generally are.
Yeah, it was all a joke, and I actually started my first track day because my friend was building a car. I was like, we need to get you on track. We was a bit nervous doing normal days. So, I just started an event, and I was like, oh, we know it. Everyone was talking about like keep it straight and whatever, so we just did a flip. Really like a little work between mates. And yeah, we just made it happen, had a good time, and then just stuck. Everyone like enjoyed the event so much. We just kept on doing them and actually made like public events and then our car giveaways and blah blah blah. It's a bit of a story, but
Yeah, that's cool. And now we're here, and there's a pink 32 with my name on it, and I love that.
Wow,
man, I can't wait. So the track we're driving is like pretty high speed entries, reverse entries, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so I probably compare it a little bit to like a Mayhem style entry.
Okay.
It's like you come in last right up and there's actually a bit of a walk that you kick around.
Hey.
You sort of weight shift it around the walk and throw it. Huge backward entries, whatever.
Keep going. I'm just looking how nice the rear end looks right now.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
Just getting evidence.
Yeah. I'm just getting evidence for it. I'm glad they're not the expensive four-door sedan taillights. Oh, look! Yeah, there's a little damage there.
Doesn't run anymore.
One owner. Let's have a look on the interior. Love the nutty wheel. Hello Kitty. I love like the Japan vibes in this. Oh, nice buckets. Alright. Like that. Some Mario stuff going on there in the dash. Yeah.
Standard handbrake. A lot of the rest of the cars have standard.
Oh yeah, dude, they drive so well. Like I drove my Swift in with that for like so many years, and it was great. So. So stock internals like Neo?
Yep, just stock Neo, just with a head gasket
Studs,
and
yeah.
studs. Yeah, E85.
Yeah.
Nice floppy LS coil packs, just you pull it out of the walk. Don't worry about that.
No, that's fine. Should be right, should be mate.
What was that with this fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the hypergear turbo.
Yeah.
And running, I think it's running 25 PSI-ish.
Oh, cool.
You will probably correct me, but 25 PSI-ish, making 412
rear wheel kilowatts. Alright. What is that in horsepower? Alright, everyone in the comment section translate that for us. 412, you said?
Yeah, 1,000 horsepower.
1,000.
Rounded up.
Why is it a 420, man?
You're working in America, it's 420 rounded up as well.
It'd be 580? 580-ish? On a half dyno. Half dynos are over or under? Over?
So, yeah.
You guys are gonna get me in trouble. You guys are fighting wise.
500 horsepower at the tire.
Okay.
Roughly.
And you're running 235s on this?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's ripped up though.
Okay. Alright. Turn in. Beast. Alright, I like that.
It's got your GK Tech knuckles, steering box. It's got some very worn Federal tyres on there.
I like that.
Well, we can't say tyre brands.
No, I'm fine. We're good. Yeah. No, we're fine. We're fine. No, we're good. We're good. That's sick, man. So GK Tech parts, I love the boys. Oh, will any of the guys be there from GK?
I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see. You know.
Yeah,
Go hit him up. Go hit him up. I'm super excited. I'm so excited to drive this. Dude, it's been so long since I've bashed on a good RV. Like my 33.4 hasn't been running in Japan for, I mean, it runs, it's sad. You know.
How do you just punching a twin plate clutch for the standard diff? We've got some spare diffs and apples.
Just saying, like, you know, don't tell me it's unbreakable because I have a bad reputation.
It's been through me and I get trouble, so
yeah, but it hasn't been through me.
Yeah. Actually, I've seen you track record. Backing it into walls and stuff like that.
Unbreakable axles, both at the same
Yeah, that one is still a mystery to me, but anyway, so I'll treat this like my Australian missile, my chaser. It's 4 doors, so it's perfect for that. Love it. I'm excited, and then there's some other cool stuff. We'll get to this in a little bit. I'm really excited about this, mainly because of the Plumbers copper pipe, dose pipe. For those who don't know, this is the pinnacle of Australian engineering and the world's best, Australia's best car that was ever produced. And it came from the factory with these painted eyelets here. The hint of sarcasm here, guys.
This is my baby. Honestly, 4 litres of goodness. Turbo, ghetto J-pipe, no tune. Absolutely loves it. It's a pinnacle of Australian here.
I would love to hear a dose. I'm just loving the engineering for this cash can. You can pour it back in like it fills up. First shot, straight. Nice. The SARS, I love the boost controller. This is sick. And is this my daily while we're here?
It is your day, yeah. It's a bit of a surprise when it came. I thought we got a rental car. We got a nice standard rental car. Next minute!
Love this. Never been having that in a while. I'm just gonna check. Oh, yep, every AU has a pile of fresh oil under it. Yep.
Also 5,000 silicon joints.
5,000?
It's a Yeah, what else she got? She got some good people like that. So those tight,
I was all on my hands now. I don't know where that came from.
it's called the stanky leg.
The stanky.
Like moves on it.